thousands of commuters still left in the lurch as far as what will happen tomorrow as the taxi owners and the Gauteng Department of Transport are engaging in talks over that question of the routes and the contracts. Let's speak to the Regional Secretary of Santaco now in Ekurhuleni, Zweli Mnisi. Zweli, good to have you, and thank you very much for coming on. As of, I suppose, 20 minutes ago, I had a quick squeeze at the Santaco Communications X handle. It says that the strike is off and services will resume as normal tomorrow. Is that the understanding? Is that where things are right now?
Correct. Yes, that's the correct. We are resuming our operations tomorrow morning. We're going back to our business.
Is it just Santaco that is taking that decision, or are all the other associations in agreement?
Both Santaco and National Taxi Alliance have agreed that we must resume our operations as from tomorrow morning.
And where does that then leave the meeting that is happening tonight at 8, it was said, between the industry and the Department of Transport?
Yes, the meeting did take place, and I believe it's still underway as we speak. However, the word is that we are resuming our operations tomorrow morning.
Is there any firm arrangement in place as far as the issues that you were raising around the contract that would now lead you to take a decision to want to go back to services?
Actually, we had no issues with the contract, but there were some misunderstanding between ourselves and the bus operating company. But we have come to a resolution and agreement that we will engage one another going forward. Operations as from tomorrow morning, then we continue with our engagements.
Care to furnish me on the details of that resolution? What does it entail?
You're talking about tonight's resolution?
Yeah, between yourself and the bus company.
The resolution is that we will continue engaging one another going forward. Hence, there were no issues in terms of the contract, but a misunderstanding between ourselves and the bus operator. I will make an example. We were expecting one bus, and we saw 3 buses. That's where all the issues came about. However, as I'm saying to you, we are engaging the bus company together with the Department of Transport, and we have resolved to resume operations and continue to engage one another until we find an amicable solution to the problem.
Yeah. So at this stage, there is no agreement between yourself and the department that there will be, as you put it, putting 3 buses in instead of 1. So what is the expectation tomorrow? You will see 3 buses operating there, and you're okay with the 3 buses operating there? What's the arrangement?
The normal operation of the bus company will continue whilst we are engaging one another on the sidelines to resolve some of these issues. Remember, the contract stipulates that a minimum of 30% must come to the taxi industry. So hence I'm saying we had no issues with the bus company, and we still have no issues. We were just had a misunderstanding where we saw more than 1 bus operating. However, explanations have been given to us, and we are happy with those explanations.
Yeah, please give me those explanations. That's what I'm trying to understand. What has been explained to you?
The bus company has been operating there since 2000. They had this operating route. Hence, they now have a new contract that stipulates that 30% of that contract must be given to the taxi industry. So some of our people on the ground were not well informed. Hence, we were still negotiating, and we are still in negotiations with the bus operating company. So, yeah, the problem started with our ground people, but we've managed to come to a conclusion to say we are continuing with the talks. Operations must resume back to normal.
So what are you negotiating for? The contract stipulates 30%. What are you, as the taxi associations, negotiating for?
Obviously, you cannot just take 30% as it is. There are other issues that you need to agree on. The contract has got its own stipulations that you must adhere to as per the government stipulations. So there are talks about around those stipulations that we need to agree on. You cannot just take 30% as is. You need to agree on other issues that are stipulated by the contract.
How do you quantify that 30%? I mean, if you've got a route and there are people and people choose to go on the bus and others choose to go on a taxi, how are you going to quantify a 30% share for the taxi industry?
Engaging on about to say how are we going to share this cake together with the bus company. Hence, we will be part of the operation as operators as well as the bus operating company.
Yeah. The MEC is saying there was an upset around those who've been arrested for bullying people in buses and so on and so forth. Has that issue of the arrest now also been explained to the taxi industry, that that's a function of the SAPS and not the function of the Department of Transport?
Indeed, there was an upset around that issue. Hence, our people are still in prison. They will be appearing before the court tomorrow, and we're hoping to get their release. Hence, during the day when we said we have deadlocked, it was one of the issues that we had. However, when we engaged going forward, we then agreed that these people will appear before the court and will make sure that they actually get the bail so that we can continue with our business and our engagement.
Yeah. So you are once again in your handle on X apologizing to the commuters for the inconvenience. Are you giving and making an undertaking that there will be no bullying of people in buses tomorrow, people being thrown out and so forth and so forth? Of course, it even escalated quite severely. We are told that even lives were lost.
There would not be any bullying. Hence, we discourage that. We need to talk. However, you would know that there are those rotten potatoes that you would want to engage into other illegal activities. However, we discourage all that negativity. Hence, we are open to discussion all the time. Our doors are open for discussions.
Zweli Mnisi, just for clarity once again, the message has been sent, as we are seeing nationally, but to all your members, they know that operations are back on tomorrow, and it's operations as usual.
As we speak right now, our people on the ground are communicating to one another to say tomorrow operations are resuming back to normal. All the corners of Gauteng will be operating as normal. And we would want to express our sincere apologies to the commuters that were left stranded this morning. We reiterate our stance that we are of the people, we are serving the people, we provide the service. We would not want to see our people left stranded. However, there are issues that can leave one no choice but to embark on such a shutdown, or hence we had this shutdown this morning. However, we are resuming our operations tomorrow back to normal, and we apologize to our commuters at large.
Zweli Mnisi, I appreciate your time. Regional Secretary General for Santaco in Ekurhuleni.